All right, well, today talking about what it takes to be a smart purchaser or seller if you're in that retirement bracket and going over the details, common pain points that I see.
Why are so many retirees looking for one level living? And what should they watch out for when buying a bungalow or patio home? Specifically, when touring a home, what should they be looking for?
Here in the Central Island, it is retirement central. Uh, People are attracted to this area because of the lifestyle, the weather, and what that comes along with with an aging demographic of people. They're looking for one level living and sort of ease of mobility. And a lot of these people don't have mobility issues, but when they're purchasing a home, they're always thinking about resale. And so if they want to open it up to the largest market, that is these one level ranch style homes.
What are the biggest maintenance headaches seniors want to avoid? And what type of properties help eliminate those stresses?
One thing we see a lot is people when they hit retirement, now they're on fixed income, and so they're looking for low cost living, low maintenance living. So some people are still okay with doing yard work and their own home maintenance. So those people are looking for just single family homes on freehold lots. We also have people that they've been there, done that. They don't want to mow grass. They don't want to look after any exterior maintenance. That's going into a full strata where everything is covered and you're paying maybe $550 to $900 a month in a strata fee, but everything's looked after for you.
When downsizing from a longtime family home, what common mistakes do you see people make?
Oh yeah, when we see this downsize happening, people have got their big family home that they're selling from wherever they're coming from. They come here, they purchase a smaller property. The biggest thing is they bring way too much stuff. And so I think that people, they do that downsize, but they don't do it enough. And they're getting storage lockers and their garage is full and their crawl space is full. So it's to make that point that if you are downsizing and really getting into a size of home that's going to meet your needs, don't bring all your stuff with you.
How can retirees choose a location that supports their lifestyle long term? Things like walkability, amenities, and staying connected to the community.
Yeah, so when people are moving here and looking for a neighborhood, choosing that, a lot of people initially are drawn to the water and they want to be within walking distance of the water. What we find though, unless you're within 2 or 3 blocks of that water and it is a short walk, you're going to be getting in your car anyways. So whether it's a 2-minute drive or a 6-minute drive, that really opens up the different neighborhoods. Same lifestyle. So we've got that. The other thing is walkability. A lot of people have pets. They were out walking, and so they want a neighborhood with some wide streets, flat landscapes. So some areas out here are very hilly and not as conducive or not as easy, or narrow roadways, not as nice for walking. So if you're looking for walkable, bike riding, those things, there's certain neighborhoods that are going to be a better fit than others. And then again, if you're wanting the views, you're going to be in one of those neighborhoods that's got the hills and the steeper driveways, which aren't as good for mobility or access, but they come with those epic views.
Are patio homes or strata properties always the best option? Or are there important things buyers should understand before committing?
So in the Parksville Qualicum area here, we have these, we call them patio homes, and I think we're one of the only areas that we call them this, and people are always wondering, what the heck is a patio home? Well, what it is, it's a one level townhome that's attached. So most townhomes are 2 levels. Here we've got 1 level townhomes, so they're ranch style townhomes attached. These are very popular for people looking for kind of a lock and leave lifestyle. They don't have to do yard work. They are definitely one of the best options for most people moving here that don't want maintenance. However, they come with that monthly strata fee, and people focus on that monthly strata fee, but whether you're owning your own home or versus owning a strata patio home, you're paying those fees either way. You just don't see it with your home until you actually have to pay that big ticket item for your roof, and it's $15,000 or $20,000 versus paying $500 or $600 a month over time. So you need to give that perspective. But on a monthly cash flow basis, yeah, your house is going to be lower until you have to come up with those big ticket item expenses.
And what about the rules?
Oh yeah, so when it comes to patio homes or strata, they come along with rules. And so if you're not a rule follower, then you may want to reconsider going into one of those communities, because the rules are there for a reason and they are enforced. People keep track of what you're doing. They're going to tell you, where you can park, how long you can park there. You can't have an RV, or you can. Whether you're allowed to hang, plants and baskets from your patio, all of these things have the colors that you can paint your door, all of this. So depending on the freedom and what you want, and if you're a rule follower, you'll have a great time there, and that. However, if you're not one of those people who like following rules, then maybe you should reconsider moving into a strata.
What home features or upgrades make aging in place safer and more comfortable?
One of the biggest things that we're seeing right now as far as people looking at aging in place is making modifications to their current home. So instead of making that move from the current home into something else, it's like making some modifications. And we see it a lot of times. First of all, it's usually in the bathroom. And so they're, depending on what their tub shower situation is maybe taking out a tub, putting in a nice large walk-in shower with a level seamless entry, and some handles like grab bars, things like that to make getting in and out, or a seat. We see that a lot. Opening up doorways, also changing access in kitchens, again, widening areas and spaces to work. If you're having to have in a wheelchair or a walker, even people adding elevators or lifts to their homes. And so there's a lot of things that can happen, because it's a big expense when you're taking into consideration selling your home, paying the cost, the fees, property transfer tax, and then just the cost of moving and disruption. So it may make sense to stay in place. However, I've seen people stay and try to age in place in a property that really doesn't suit their needs. And adding a stair lift I think it's more of a temporary fix than a permanent long-term fix. In those cases, in my opinion, it's better to get on that one-level living, make it easy on yourself so that everything's close and accessible.
For retirees thinking about downsizing and making that move in the future, how can they start decluttering and preparing now without this process feeling overwhelming?
Yeah, so when it comes to this idea about making a downsize and starting to eliminate items or clutter or just stuff, you can start early, but I find that a lot of the work doesn't happen until like the last 2 months before they're actually getting going. So sometimes people have good intentions of starting early and making it a 2-year process. Most people, that's not the case. By the time we come in and they're ready to go and they want to be moved in a couple months, there's a lot that needs to happen. So we've got some great resources like Mari with Simplify and Sort locally here. She can come in and help really downsize, pack things up, eliminate the things that you don't need, and make that, number one, make your current home show really well and present itself, but also not taking all that stuff with you to your new home or wherever you're going next. If you're a retiree, you're thinking about moving here or moving within the area, and you're looking for some tips or some guidance, some advice, find out what your property is worth, what you can do to prepare, who can I bring forward to help make that process smoother, give me a call direct 250-228-4275. Thanks again for watching.